Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. My name is Star Raptor. Welcome back to the channel. As always, this channel is dedicated to Star Wars and especially the comics. We are talking about two today, one from Dark Horse, one from Marvel. Jumping into Dark Horse first, we have Star Wars Hyperspace Stories, issue number 10. This one's all about the Bad Batch, and it's called Bad Batch Right Stuff, written of course by Michael Moretzi with Riccardo Fassini on art. In this, we open up with Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi. During the Clone Wars, there's a mission, stuff happens, Obi-Wan and Anakin get separated, and Obi-Wan has to basically get this Wookiee child that we've seen before in this series with her little doll back to safety. She drops the doll, and that's when the Bad Batch stumbles upon that doll on the very same Star Destroyer or Venator, whatever you want to call it. And well, that's when their adventure begins. Wrecker, of course, is going to be Wrecker, and he wants the Stuffy. He wants the Stuffy, right? This character from Bad Batch is really tough exterior dude, big heavy dude, very powerful, but he's got a soft, cushiony center, and he has a sentimental value with his doll. And that's when they go on this mission, right? It's the good old days. You got Tech, you got Wrecker, you got Crosshair, and you got Hunter, the good old 4 commando team going after the Separatist target that is actually building droids that are opposite of the Bad Batch. There's this crazy scientist guy that is basically doing the same thing that the clones were genetically done with this super commando droid group. So it's a really fun issue. There's a lot of action. Wrecker is the shining star of this issue, as you could imagine, but it was nice callback to seeing the Bad Batch in the glory days. Of course, they succeed in their mission, but the doll is dropped. And remember, that doll is the kind of connection point between the 12 stories of Hyperspace Adventures, or Hyperspace Stories, I should say. So yeah, really did enjoy that one. Moving on to Star Wars. We hit it, guys. Issue number 40. We're still in that empire between that and Return of the Jedi. This one is called Droid Disaster, written, of course, by Charles Soule, who is the architect of all these Star Wars comics in this timeline. We also have Madabek Musabekov, and in this one, we have Lobot, we know, that has been taken over. Lando and his talkie droid had to get out of there, had to get away from Jabba's palace. They were overrun by the Scourge. He returns to the rebel base and tells them everything that's happened. Remember, he's been kind of working undercover underneath the rebels, even knowing what happened with the talkie droid that was having the information about them sold to Jabba. He did this, and now he has to come clean to Leia. And Leia eventually says, okay, fine. We better go on this mission. We better find Lobot. There's a transmitter that Lando has in Lobot's head, so they know exactly where the Scourge has taken him. They go to this new planet. It's Chewie. It's Lando. It's Luke Skywalker. It's Leia. It's the dream team, the team I've wanted to see for a while. We're working together. We haven't seen many circumstances of this group of people working together, and they are simply overrun by these droids. We see them simply overrun, and that's where this issue ends. So yes, lots to dig in here. I will say this was very much a going from point A to point B issue. A lot of setup, not a lot of payoff. A little bit perturbed by that, but other than that, I think it was also very wordy. Charles Soule has a habit sometimes of, having lots of text in a comic book, and sometimes I feel like it's a little bit too much. So that's my other gripe I have to pick with this book. It was neat seeing that Lando maybe is a little bit closer to Lando or Lobot than we thought, right? These guys are, I don't know if they're more than just a bromance. There might be a relationship there that we can kind of see. Remember, like L3, Lando, he's into anyone, anything, right? That's just in his character that we've learned over the years. By the way, L3, I like seeing that Lando switched her off. He does not want her to get taken over by the Scourge. Can you imagine? The Millennium Falcon has a droid brain, and it gets taken over by the Scourge. How crazy would that be if the Scourge just is controlling the Millennium Falcon? So he switches that off, goes into there. But yeah, this was a pretty solid issue. Not my favorite because there's simply so many moving parts. They are together. I'm expecting big things from issues 41 and 42 to basically tie up this crossover. So there you have it. There's the recaps if you want a bigger deep dive into these issues. Tune in every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time over on the Star Wars Underworld Network's YouTube channel. I'm joined by Matthew Neugebauer on the Tractor Beam as we break down these issues in a discussion format, diving into the themes, the characters, the places, and much more. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. And do subscribe to this very channel here where I'm continuing my Jedi Survivor playthrough. And My Outer Rim Transmission podcast is back online. We just talked about the High Republic Phase 2. Also was with Matthew Neugebauer on that one. So that's going to do it for me, Star. But thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram @StarRaptor.